The Live with Kelly and Mark host showed off the photos while talking about Apple's latest iPhone feature. Kelly sat next to Mark as they discussed the new ability to airdrop contact information between phones with the latest update. Kelly looked over at Mark in shock. "Do you remember that time when you were sent a bunch of illicit things?" Mark awkwardly shifted in his chair and put his tongue to the side of his mouth. The audience laughed before he exclaimed, "It's not what you think." Kelly crossed her arms and said, "It's way worse than whatever you're thinking." Mark agreed. "It was like gold bars, weapons, and meetings in the UN." The guest inquired, "It was on a plane. And you accepted?" Mark looked confused. "I was just like, what is that?" "There were these suspicious types, you know. A meeting at the UN and then gold bars and then weapons." He gestured with his hands while Kelly agreed with him. The audience let out a shocked murmur. Mark assured, "I got rid of them." Kelly cut in, "Not me. At first, I was like, do not get rid of this is evidence of something and I'm going to figure it out." The audience laughed along with the couple. Kelly continued, "He wanted nothing to do with it and I wanted everything to do with it. I wanted to know whose pictures are these." Mark looked suspicious. "Right, the UN security counts." I'm like, "What is this? Get it off my phone immediately." Kelly looked off camera and replied, "Probably one of your CIA operatives sending you something important." Night owl. This story came after Kelly revealed she realized she had a problem with her job on the show. The talk show host revealed all on the Let's Talk Off Camera podcast with Chelsea Handler. Kelly spoke on the episode titled Kelly and Chelsea Go Back to College, released on Wednesday. The TV pair discussed their workload and mental capacity, admitting that they have made moves to understand themselves better. Kelly revealed, "Here's what I've discovered in the 23 years of hosted a morning show. It suddenly occurred to me, one day, I walked in and I went, I'm not a morning person." Chelsea broke out in laughter at the star's admission. Kelly continued, "Suddenly I woke up and said, you know what the problem is, I'm a night owl. I'm a night king owl. And I have painted myself into this corner where I have to be up every morning." Kelly emphasized, "I don't know who was on or what did it, but I just came in and I remember thinking I could use an Adderall. I could use an upper. The coffee wasn't doing it." Fans tuning into Live with Kelly and Mark this week got far more than their usual dose of morning banter and celebrity gossip. They got a scandalous peek behind the curtain of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos' marriage. In a story that left both the audience and her co-host husband red-faced with laughter and mild horror, Ripa revealed that a recent, innocent, mix-up involving Mark's phone had led to what she dramatically described as illicit photos, and, in her words, "It's worse than what you're thinking." The confession came during the opening chat of Tuesday's live episode, when Ripa, ever the queen of self-deprecating humor, teased that something, deeply regrettable, had occurred in their household over the weekend. The audience leaned in, sensing a classic Ripa overshare incoming. She didn't disappoint. The harmless mistake that wasn't. According to Kelly, the ordeal began when Mark, who often helps her with social media posts, decided to airdrop some photos from his phone to hers. "He's always taking these random gym selfies," Kelly began, rolling her eyes with affectionate exasperation. "You know, lighting experiments, angle tests, the man treats our home like a photo studio. But this time, one of those photos wasn't meant for public consumption." Mark, seated beside her, immediately covered his face with his hands, groaning as Kelly continued her story with the precision of a stand-up comedian. "So he sends me this file labeled, Family Pics," she explained. "And I think, great. I can finally print those cute photos from our vacation. But when I opened it, let's just say there was one photo in there that did not feature the family, unless you count certain body parts as relatives." The audience erupted in laughter as Mark could only shake his head. "It's worse than what you're thinking," Kelly insisted, wagging a finger toward the crowd. "Because not only did I see it, I accidentally shared it." The accidental share. In what could only be described as a digital age nightmare, Kelly went on to explain how her phone automatically synced recent photos to a cloud album shared with their extended family. "So, guess who also got the photos?" she asked, with a mock dramatic pause. "My mother, and Mark's mother, and possibly my hairdresser." Mark nearly fell out of his chair laughing, or dying inside, as Kelly relived the mortifying moment she realized what had happened. "I got a text from my mom that just said, 'Interesting angles.' I didn't know what she meant until I checked the album, and there it was. I think I screamed so loud our dog hid under the couch." She described her frantic attempts to delete the image before anyone else could see it, only to realize that the notification had already gone out to every member of the shared album. "I felt like I was in a spy movie," Kelly joked. "You know those scenes where someone tries to cut the red wire before the bomb goes off? Except the bomb was my husband's, well, you get it." Mark's side of the story. Once Kelly had finished her tale, Mark attempted to defend himself, though he could barely stop laughing long enough to do so. "In my defense," he said, "it wasn't supposed to be scandalous. I was trying out new compression shorts. I needed to check how they fit. It was purely scientific." Kelly arched an eyebrow. "Oh yes," she said dryly. "The scientific study of thirst traps." Mark continued, insisting that anyone who works out knows that gym lighting can be unpredictable. "Sometimes you just need to see how the fabric moves," he said, prompting even more laughter from the audience. Kelly shot back, "Fabric? Honey, that photo was more National Geographic than Nike catalog. Damage control, Ripa style." After the laughter subsided, Kelly admitted she tried to control the fallout as best she could. "I immediately called my mom and said, 'Don't look at the album.' And of course," she said, "too late. Then she goes, 'Well, I've seen worse,' which somehow made it even more traumatizing." Mark, trying to find a silver lining, joked, "At least it wasn't one of your photos." Kelly didn't miss a beat. "Oh no, if it had been me, I'd have entered the witness protection program." The couple's easy banter, half embarrassment, half comedy routine, perfectly captured what fans love about them. Despite the mortifying situation, they laughed through it, proving once again that the two have an uncanny ability to turn even the most awkward moments into entertainment gold. Social media meltdown. Unsurprisingly, clips of the segment quickly went viral. Within hours, Kelly and Mark illicit photo story was trending across multiple platforms. Fans couldn't get enough of their transparency and humor. One viewer wrote on X, "Only Kelly Ripa could tell a story about an accidental nude leak on national TV and somehow make it adorable." Another added, "Mark's face was every husband who's ever made a tech mistake." Even celebrities got in on the fun. Live's longtime producer Michael Gelman commented from backstage during the show, "We're definitely not putting that in the best of reel." Ripa shot back instantly, "Gelman, you'd better delete that cloud link too." Lessons learned, sort of. By the end of the segment, Ripa wrapped up her cautionary tale with a message that could resonate with couples everywhere: technology is dangerous, people. Double check before you airdrop anything. Triple check if you're married to Mark Consuelos. Mark, meanwhile, promised to retire from personal photography altogether. "From now on," he declared, "if it's not a family dinner or a vacation, I'm not taking a picture." Kelly wasn't convinced. "Give it a week," she teased. "You'll be back in front of the mirror talking about lighting again. Just promise me one thing, next time, use your own cloud." The two sealed their mutual forgiveness with a laugh and an affectionate side hug, the kind that reminded viewers why they've been one of TV's most beloved couples for over 2 decades. A marriage built on humor. For longtime fans of Ripa and Consuelos, the story was just another reminder of how grounded and real they are. They've built their marriage, and their on-screen chemistry, on the ability to poke fun at themselves and each other, no matter how cringe-worthy the situation. "People think we script this stuff," Kelly said near the end of the show, "but I swear, our lives are just this chaotic naturally. It's either this or one of the kids doing something embarrassing. We take turns." As the episode wrapped, Mark looked into the camera and delivered one last line that sent the studio into hysterics. "To everyone in our family group chat, I'm so sorry." Kelly added, deadpan, "You're not invited to Thanksgiving until 2026. The aftermath. After the show aired, Kelly posted a cheeky Instagram story addressing the viral moment. "No phones were harmed in the making of this disaster," she wrote over a selfie of the couple laughing. Lesson learned. Mark's photos are now for his eyes only. Mark reposted it with a caption that read, "I plead the fifth," followed by a winking emoji. The couple's ability to turn what could have been a deeply embarrassing mishap into a moment of pure comedic brilliance once again proved why they've been a daytime TV powerhouse. Whether it's family chaos, tech trouble, or illicit photos, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos somehow always manage to make it both relatable and hilariously entertaining. And if you ask Kelly, she'd say it best: "It's worse than what you're thinking, but at least we can laugh about it."